Hey, you are dance to us or someone else?
Me dancing, yeah, here we go.
You're
Okay.
the dancer, no?
But I'm trying to see the face from Sudbury Amasse. Is that Moni? Yeah. Hey. Oh, amazing. Yeah, I'll just do some dancing outside where you can't see. Is that okay?
So until the dance, so let's represent people that we are here.
Yes. Hello.
Mike, we begin the dance?
Yes.
Okay, let's dance.
So thank you, Yaakov, and all the participants for being with us on this special day. We'll be presenting a small traditional Nepali dance. So let's enjoy, and then I'll follow that with introduction. Are you able to see our camera?
No. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was the dance from our students. It was a traditional Nepali dance. It represents the hilly life of Nepalese people. We have another performance by another students. The title of the song is Balapan ko mera. It means the time of childhoodness. Okay, let's welcome them. Thank you. This evening we have the last item, and the last one represents last dance is the dance about Shiva, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the destroyer. So this dance intense in expression. I hope you will enjoy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now the talk starts. Before the talk, I have introduction of our dear friend Yaakov. So I'll introduce you, Yaakov, for the next 2 minutes, and then we are good to go.
Veda, we can't hear you.
Wait, Veda.
Yes.
We can't hear you.
Veda.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Veda, can you hear me? There is a problem. Bursak Gulen, you have not to put your pictures in front of. Bursak Gulen, there is a problem with you.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't put my picture?
No, you are in the front of the chat. You are in front of the Zoom.
How? I'm just
No, she's okay. She's in our
No.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Spotlight the other person.
Veda, we cannot hear you. So maybe I will begin. I will introduce myself.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Okay, everyone hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Veda, we are sorry. But let's begin. And thank you. And it's so exciting to be here with all of you. Wow, it's very, very exciting. Let's short checking. Who see me at IDEC more than 10 times? Please put his hands up like you do. Okay, who saw me 5 times? Who never saw me? Who is the first time that I am talking with him now? Please put his hand. Okay. So most of the people saw me along. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Veda?
Can you hear me now?
No. Sorry.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Veda?
Yaakov, you can go ahead.
Oh, now we hear you.
Okay. So let me introduce, okay? Let's
Yeah, sure. Now it's working.
Thank you, finally. So every time I remember Yaakov, do you know what comes to my mind? Generally in his talks, what is most important and what I find, what I find is that whenever he talks, the phrase that remains in my mind is the missing puzzle in education. He is here to remind us that there is something that we are missing in education. He is ready to tell us hundreds of times that we are missing something in our education. All of you know what we are missing. If not, you will find out. Don't worry, Yaakov is already here. IDEC, Yaakov, IDEC, aren't they synonymous? What do you think? Even if it is not, maybe more or less, they are very, very near. They are not much apart. They are synonymous. We love Yaakov for his effort. He will do everything, find time, expend energy to make instrumental changes in education. He is ready to talk to us always. I probably met Yaakov. Yaakov, were you there in 2003 Albany IDEC conference? I think you have not missed any conference. I was there, but I don't remember. I was too young and too busy eating food, watching the skyscrapers, American skyscrapers. That was really new for me because I come from a very small village in Nepal. So I had never seen such city at all. So it was, you were less interesting. The skyscrapers were more interesting for me. Yaakov Hecht founded the Democratic School of Hadera in Israel, the first school in the world which is democratic. He then helped to establish a network of democratic schools all over Israel. Shortly after, Hecht founded the Institute of Democratic Education in Israel and within it, the academic faculty of DE teachers. His book, Democratic Education, A Beginning of a Story, which has been translated into English, Portuguese, Bulgarian, is a source of inspiration for groundbreaking educators and entrepreneurs all over the world. In 2010, Hedge founded Education Cities, the Art of Collaborations, an organization that promotes collaboration and networking in the classroom, in the school, in the city, in the country, and in the world. Yaakov is a distinguished and sought-after speaker around the world and lectures on issues that are close to his heart: artificial intelligence, social network, big data, disruptive innovation, augmented reality, and the ways these issues influence our life. Yaakov regards the preparing and directing of the educational system towards the future of his main mission today. When we thought of Web IDEC conference, he readily came forth and encouraged us and made us feel that it would be really effective and impactful. Today, in his talk, he will talk about democratic education and the great COVID-19 opportunity. I'll just lay out a few sentences about his talk. In a rapidly changing world, this is what he says. There are the words that usually open any talk about groundbreaking education. Well, here comes COVID-19 and teaches us about rapid changes, so rapid that almost all known frames are gone overnight. This talk will deal with the advantages of democratic education when dealing with the Corona age and about how we can actually turn this into a great opportunity to do a quantum jump into the future. I'm not going to say thank you for accepting our invitation and so on and so forth, but I'm going to say that we love you a lot for initiating a new idea and a new movement, and we relate to it in some way or the other. Thank you very much. On behalf of Sri Aurobindo Yoga Mandir and all the students of Sri Aurobindo Yoga Mandir, we are around 200. All the participants of Web IDEC, we would like to express our gratitude for who you are and what you have been doing. We'll see you in IDEC 2022, if not before, for sure. Thank you very much. Now the talk begins. Very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Veda. Thank you very much. What I can say now, Everything that I will say, it's much less than what you say in the beginning. I will say only that I will talk about the challenges today, but I will challenge myself and you to make a meeting that we will try to do things together. I don't know if we success, but we will try. Okay, let's begin. I will share the screen. And so I think it's an unbelievable opportunity now that we are living in the time of the coronavirus, because it's helped us to make dream come true. And I will try to show you in the step by step. For example, this IDEC, we began to do this IDEC in 1993, and the idea was to connect people that dealing with, in the beginning, innovation education, and later we found it's as a democratic education, that it's connect people from all over the world together. And today, the coronavirus do it much easier, because when we begin to do it, for example, this is a picture of my school that I found in Hadera. It was very difficult to meet people from all over the world. To meet people, it's people need to fly, need to find a house near our school. And yeah, if someone visit our school, you know that all the time was people from all over the world also inside the school, but it's complicated. And I also try to visit most of you in your school, but it was complicated. And today, after the IDEC, we have a lot. I think when I count the people, the democratic school or school that call themselves democratic school today in the world, we are talking about more than 2,000 and 2,700 from my count. And it's fascinating, because what bring this movement through, it was the IDEC that we begin to meet one another. Now we can meet, and I think that's something that happened last year, we begin to meet more. So it's make the opportunity more and more and more. And that will be our first step. Our first step will be, okay, no, when I say democratic schools, so if someone doesn't know here about what is the connection between these 2,700 schools, if I say the connection is these four goals or not goals, steps that we can find in most of in our school. One is democratic community. Most of the democratic school running as a microcosmos of democratic society. So we make election, we vote as a parliament, we have a court in our school, a mediation committee, things like this. And we also have self-direct learning. So every student have a different learning plan. In different schools, do it in different ways, but in all the schools, children choose their plan and they choose what to learn, how to learn, with whom to learn, and that's something very, very fascinating. The third thing that we can find in all of our school, it's a very close connection between student and the staff member. We are also between student to student and also between staff to staff. So it's a very close connection between human beings. I think this is the center of our schools. And the fourth thing is that we are very focusing about human rights. We a lot dealing in most of our schools how to support the human rights inside the school, outside the school, and this is something that it's very, very, you can see in the democratic school. So this is the four thing that, from my point of view, show the connection between these all schools that call themselves democratic school. But we need to say something that I say every IDEC, but that all the school, we don't have two schools that they are the same. All the school is different, because if you do really democratic school, it cannot be that another community in the world decide the same things what you decide. And so all the school is different, and this is the beautiful in democratic education, that we like the idea that to be different, it's nice, it's a strong idea. We don't need to be like the same McDonald's or Coca-Cola. We can do to be different and call ourselves democratic school. And here it's I think the major idea of, and it's very strong today when we are in the front of the election in the United States and all over the world. I think that the major idea of the democratic education is that it cannot be that the same education that 100 years ago was prepare people to live in dictatorship, the same idea that someone tell you what to do, how to do, and check if you've done it, continue to be today in the world of democratic, that people want to believe that they want to live in democratic countries. So you cannot be democratic countries, and if all until 18 you tell your student what to do, how to do, and check them if you've done it. And then when they are 18, you tell them, now choose your life. What it means? You destroy their ability to choose. So how they can choose in 18? We believe that democratic begin when you born, or when you, in our case, our school, when you get inside the school, you begin to practice in a real time democracy inside school. So we do it, not talk about this or not teach about this, we live democracy. And that's something very, very important. It's not new, because if we go to John Dewey 100 years ago, he said democracy has to be born every generation, and education is the midwife. So what he say, the democracy need to born every generation. And I feel that the time now, the time of the coronavirus, this is the time of our generation. This is the time of our generation. And what's the big change that we can bring to the stage? That if we want to grow up to the new democracy, to the stronger democracy, we need to change education. And education need to say that the education process need to be democracy, like that also the workplace need to be democracy. That democracy will be part of the culture of day by day our life, and not that every 4 years we go to election. This is, from my point of view, is the old traditional democracy. The new democracy, it's something that we create by day. I am the CEO of Education Cities, and we try to live democracy in our business organization. So the idea is how you live democracy in your community, in your business, in your school. And that's something that must to begin with education at school. And in this case, we begin our challenge of today. What we're going to do now, I will go to send you this Padlet, and this is a map of the world. Now you see the map in Hebrew, but when you open it, it will be in your language. And you put your school inside this map and tell a little bit about your school. You can connect video, you can connect picture, but tell about your school. If it's you don't have a school and you're a private person that interested in democratic education, also you can put a link and say that you want what is your interest in, and you can put where you are living and more details. We will continue to do a lot of things with this map today, but let's begin. So I send you now by the chat the Padlet. So open the Padlet and write your name of the school of yourself, and immediately we will see what will happen.
Yaakov, have you sent the link?
Yeah, I send you the link to the chat. You see
You have
it?
not sent it. You have not sent it.
No,
We can't see it.
You cannot see.
no.
Okay, so it means that
Not sent yet.
I send it again. I send now. You see it?
No.
Maybe
Check.
send it privately
Make sure,
to someone.
yeah.
Make sure you're sending it to everyone.
Everyone.
at the bottom right. Do you see 2 and 2 points and then everyone? Do you see everyone there?
Yeah. 1 minute. Now.
There we
Yay.
go. You got it. Good job.
You see, there I am. Unbelievable.
Group work.
Yaakov, can you send the link to the map that you showed before? I tried to find, I don't know where it is.
Yeah, it's in the chat. Look now on the chat. Hi, Jerry.
Is this the same map you showed earlier with all the things on it, or?
No. It's a new map.
Okay, but can you send a
Go
link?
to Padlet. I cannot send to this place. So you can now connect to the Padlet. Wow, it's begin to be. Wow. So I see here people from South. What happened here? Why it's jump?
I'm just gonna assume that it's glitchy because it's synchronized with Padlet.
Okay. That's good. We see from South Africa. But write your name, and write, if you can bring pictures or video, put on what, not only South Africa, because we know South Africa on the map. It's easy. And I call everyone to put himself. It's not important if you don't have a school. Put yourself if you don't have a school. You can see here it's 44 people and we are 150. So 100 need to get inside the map. Don't write on the map, please. Wow. You see, that's, I mean, that we cannot do without the internet. We can now to see everyone that is in this meeting. How we take it down? Okay, you continue to make the map. It's fascinating. And I want now that some people, as short as you can, something like less than half a minute, say highlights what happened in his area in the world. Okay, half minutes, not more. We cannot give it to everyone, but if someone want, let's do it now for 20 minutes and hear voice from the world. Short, half a minute, what's new around my place. So who want to begin? Burchak.
I'm from Bangladesh.
Okay. So what happened in Bangladesh, in democratic situation?
We're trying to introduce democratic education in Bangladesh. I've started my affiliation with democratic education from the program of IDEC 2016 in Finland. Now I'm trying to introduce this one in Bangladesh.
Great. Okay. Who want to jump?
I'm trying. Okay.
We'll say, Burchak, get inside.
Of course. Hi, everyone. I'm Burçak from Turkey. So, hi. Lately, what we have been doing is for the past 3 or 4 months, we have been trying to work during the pandemic to create an international school. And 2 months ago, correct me, Ofira, if I'm wrong, we did an online democratic school day, which we had, I think, approximately 200 or 300 children attending. And we had 2 youngsters, especially one of them, who engineered the day. So that's one of the latest things that are happening.
Wonderful, Burchak, half a minute. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Burak, Chaim.
Yeah. So I'm from England, but I work in Tamil Nadu, in Isha Vidya. And we use the time of COVID to introduce democratic education into our schools. We brought people from all over the world to talk to the students. We bring the macro to the micro so they can understand how wide they can go with their ideas, with their learning. And we are going to keep at least 20% of the education in our schools democratic.
Thank you, Chaim. Jerry, you have 1 minute. What's new around you, Jerry?
Oh, me? Well, we just had the education revolution. That's what's new.
It's not new, no?
For 31 years, we've been, that's it, educationrevolution.org. And it's a little slow to occur to me, but now we went from 3.5% involved with alternatives to 96% overnight. That means that everybody has now experienced the fact that they have choices. So we have no idea where this is going to end. We're in the middle of it. So
thank you, Jerry.
Happening.
Mukta. Mukta, you mute.
We have reinvented ourselves to become online teacher training program.
Mukta, you need to say who you are. No one, no only.
Sorry. I'm Mukta here.
Yeah.
From Bangalore. run a teacher development program called Schoolscape Center for Educators, and we hosted IDEC in 2018. So I think the pandemic helped us to reinvent ourselves and become an online teacher training program, which we are enjoying. Some of our students are here, I think. So we took a leap.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, who jump? Yeah. Yeah, RT.
Hi, my name is Aarti. I'm from Coimbatore, India, and I'm an unschooling parent. I've been unschooling my children for the past 3 years, and I have a group on Facebook. So recently, I see a lot of parents are motivated to unschool children, and they're interested in alternate education, especially because of the COVID situation. So they are ready to do it even post COVID.
Thank you. Okay, everyone that want can jump. That open the mic and jump.
Hello, greetings from Nepal. I'm Ram from Kathmandu, Nepal, and my school is Heartland Academy. It is located in Kathmandu, and we have been running school since 2000. It is run in 2000, and from 2015 we have been running school as a democratic school. We have been giving the values of the democraticness in the school, so that we have got a students representative council for the schools, different things to be connected together, so that students can have the choice to make decision. So they sit together and they can find out some of the problems, some of the issues, and they come with the solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ram. Who want to jump? Yeah. Don't wait to my permission. Jump.
Okay, hi, my name is Bruno. I'm from Spain, but living in Finland, and I'm a classroom teacher student. I'm finishing my master's. I'm writing my thesis at the moment. And from my point of view of being studying in a mainstream system of the best education in the world, I can tell you that I haven't seen anything about democratic education. So that's why I have to come to these places by myself and
welcome
on motivation.
Jump.
Hello, namaste. Hello, namaste.
Yeah.
Hello, this is me, Ramesh Podo, and I'm from Jawandiwa High School, Balwater. Since it is established in 2005, and we have been running different programs for the development of students, and there is not any like sorts of like penalty to the students. We always provide them with constructive feedback to the students, and there is not any physical punishment to the students. We treat them a different way, and we provide them counseling, and we have like different clubs, and we organize different sorts of activities to motivate them in the real learning, and that we provide life skill program. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Hello.
Burak.
Yes, thank you. It's Burak from Turkey. I'm one of the founders of an association called Another School is Possible. It's basically an application for democratic and ecological education in Turkey. Recently, what's new is that we're just basically working with the Ministry of Education, very paradoxically for a country, an extremely undemocratic country. The Education Ministry is working with us to make the primary schools kind of democratically run primary schools in Turkey. That's what we're working on these days. Thank you.
This is fascinating. I think the most interesting things that happen today in the world of democratic education, that we are connecting to the state system, and it's very, very... Prakash, I see that you here and you raise your hand. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Hello, everybody. This is Prakash. I'm from Bangalore. I'm part of a democratic school called Be Me. We are operating online since the pandemic has been caused. And recently, we have started many clubs with parents, like book club, film club, and then a listening circle. So we are connecting with parents more often than we were doing when we were operating physical mode. And then during this online mode, what we have discovered is some of the children are learning in a different way, very powerfully. So even if when we reopen in physical mode, we plan to continue some of the programs in online mode. So we might call it as a hybrid mode.
Marcus, thank you. We will talk another three. Sarinas, Luz, and Paranji. I'm very bad reading. And then we jump to another session, and maybe later we will come back to talk with the people. So, Sariz, you can talk. Sarivu, I don't know how to say it.
Srinivasanji. Are you saying Srinivas Kumar?
Yeah. Yeah, Kumar, you can talk.
Hi, Yaakov. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
It was in IDEC. Because of Amukta, I had an opportunity to talk to you online.
Yeah.
Second opportunity. Srinivas Kumar Errapoto, founder of Sky Transformations. So we are currently working on a program where we are connecting schools, batches of about 50 schools together for collaborative problem solving. And the program is going to start from the coming month. So we're working on that domain, and I need your full support for the success of such activity. Thank you.
Great. Luz.
Thank you.
We cannot hear you. You have problem with the audio.
Yeah. So we are primarily starting from the school owners. Then after that, we will create groups of principals, groups of teachers, and groups of parents and groups of children. So that is how we would like to expand. And finally, we will get into the people who are interested out in the society. And later, finally, we will get to the government departments.
Yeah, that's good. I think that the network is the secret of this.
Absolutely. In fact, problems are not a big nightmare when we learn to collaborate. And especially, your problem is easier for me to look at, and my problem is more easier for you to look at. So when we apply that culture, I'm sure problems can be mitigated, can be reduced in this.
Thank you.
And I need the support of all of you at the wonderful IDEC and INDEC. Thank you.
Luz.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. No?
Yeah.
Good. So I'm Luz from Spain, and I'm currently in Mexico. We started a project 2 years ago about, it's called Evolving Education, and we have been visiting democratic schools and in general self-directed education schools to learn about them. And we have used the time of coronavirus to make a movie about that.
I remember. Oh.
Yeah, and you are there, Yaakov.
Yeah. Now I connect. Yeah, that's good. I wait to see your movie.
Soon.
Okay. Prenji. Prenji. Okay. Let's continue, and we will come back to this discussion. But now we go back to my lecture. And I want to tell you shortly, as I say all the IDEC, what happened in the last year from my point of view. In my point of view, in this last year, last year we were in the IDEC in Ukraine. I think it was a great IDEC. This is the hugging session of the end. We remember the IDEC in Kiev with a lot of people, and then we go to outside, I forgot the name, but Sebricha, I don't sure the name, and it was in the outside, and it was very touch and connect to the nature, and we play and we feel close one another. After the IDEC, I fly to Korea, and I was with Te. With Te at all. We do a huge projects now of democratic education in South Korea. Especially, around, if you know, they have a accident 4 years ago that a big ship was diving, and on the ship was 400 people was diving. 300 of them was a student, and when the ship dive, the teacher say to the student, please get inside your room in the ship. And from their room, they call their parents and say the ship is diving, what to do? And most of the parents say to them, do exactly what the teacher tell you to do. And all of them died with the ship. So around this crisis, it was a big discussion in South Korea about democracy and education, and it's a big change now in South Korea. This is a lecture before the coronavirus, and this is a very interesting meeting that I was in Moscow. It's calling Moscow Discover Moscow, and the idea is that they go to do education city. So all the city of Moscow, they begin to think how it will become one big school, and it's very, very fascinating. And I have until now a very close connection with the people there in Moscow. This is a big conference, but this is a workshop that I do in this conference in Stavanger, Norway, and it's a workshop about how to MOOC and how to make as a team working and democratic working together. This is a picture with Nasja. I think I saw you and you don't talk, so you need to talk in the next session. Nadia is our big connection of last year, and she is from no?
Montenegro.
Montenegro, oh yeah. And who forgot the beautiful of Montenegro? This is the beautiful of Montenegro, and they build an unbelievable school there, and everyone that have time after the coronavirus or also now can jump there. It's very fascinating. I think also this year it was the last meeting to me with Sir Ken Robinson, and the last conference was in Poland. He come online, but we have a very close connection. And to me, the session in Saturday with Kate, his daughter, it was so touched. And I think, I don't know if people know that Sir Ken Robinson was very touched with the people of the democratic education and help us a lot in a lot of ways. This is in the same session in Poland that we in a workshop together. And Mariana, I think I saw you also. You are here, so you will need to talk later. After Poland, I fly to China, and China, Ying, Sugata Mitra and me, and Ying, she's the pioneer of democratic education in China, and she do a project that begin to work next month, and it's very, very fascinating innovation center in Shenzhen, and maybe later everyone that want to know about this project, I will glad to share with him. This is also a very big conference in China, and we present our ideas, and it's very, very fascinating. Of course, I also work in Israel, and this is workshop that we are doing in Israel about democratic education. I think every year now we build another 3 schools. Rami is here, maybe later he will tell you how many schools we build every year now in Israel. this is also a group from Korea that begin to come to Israel, and it's a city in Korea that begin to send, plan to send teacher to democratic school, but the coronavirus stopped it, and we hope that it will continue. This is in my home, so it's my son and Shirley, my wife. And that was, I think, in February, and from February begin all this session in the Zoom. What it was, in the beginning, all the Chinese student was closed in their house. So we make a project that call it Bridges to the China, and people from all the world, the student begin to connect people in China. This is, for example, a group from in Israel that meet and support. This is in the red is the municipality of Tel Aviv, and we support the people that close in their houses in China. But step by step, we begin to close ourselves. So it's begin to be connection between groups in all over the world, and we begin to call it bridges to the world. This is this is picture from the time that Israel was opening, and you can see groups of students connect a group of students in China, for example. They are at home, and Israel they are in the class. But immediately later, it will become that everyone was closing, and the celebration become very strong, and then we begin to meet the teachers from all over the world, and this is I think the story, and we come now to this dance today, and our meeting now. So before I continue, I want to show you something very, very interesting of this year. If we do this year for a speed, we see that we are physical meeting, and then we go and make a virtual meeting. And before I will talk about democratic education, to me it's very, very interesting to see if what all of the people here think, what is democratic education in 1 or 3 words. So go to the to this site. It's called Mentimeter. Oops, I make mistake. So go to Mentimeter and make this code. I will send you also it in the chat. It's working. Okay, go to mentimeter.com and write this number, and write in 1, 2, 3 words, what is democratic education for you?
Yaakov, did you send a link?
No, I can't. Something not working for me now with the link. I don't know why. So you need to go and make Mentimeter. Maybe here I will. Yeah, I will also send now a link. I send also the link. It's not link. It's not link. It's you need to go to the Mentimeter and then write this number. It's fascinating. I so love this idea of the cloud, that we can see what most of us thinking, and what we can see that freedom is in the central, and responsibility, and participation, joy, choice, respect. Learning, human rights. Wow, we have a lot. I'm not good in reading. Okay, we will continue with this cloud, and we will keep it so people can do it also later. And you can keep this link, and let's use it all the year and make a huge cloud of words everywhere. So if you make a lecture somewhere about democratic education, you can take this link, and then we can build this cloud of millions of words and celebrate the idea of what is democratic education. Wow, it's so beautiful. I like it. Okay. So no. 1 minute. Okay. Okay, everyone that saw me 10 times, you saw me 10 times show this. But as you know, I say it in a different way all the time. But this shape, from my point of view, represent all the knowledge that exists in the world. When I say knowledge, it's not only knowledge in mathematics, history, and things like this. I say knowledge about love, knowledge about feeling, about how support one another, knowledge about relationship, knowledge about everything. So we have the cloud of knowledge, and these people that we see in the cloud of knowledge, this is us, as I say all the time. What it means, every one of us is different, and different is beautiful. As you know, to me, in one word, what is democratic education is different is beautiful. So what it means different is beautiful? We are not only different in our physical way, we are different inside. We are feeling different. We are think different. We have different talent. We have different ideas. We have different passion. We are different. And for me, this is the most thing, the major thing of what we are doing. Appreciate the different. We don't want that everyone will be like me. The idea that everyone will be like me, think like me, feel like me, from my point of view, this is the most dangerous thing that can be in the world. I like to see different. And when it's also, I like to see different. A lot of time when I see someone, I don't say, oh, he remind me this and this. No, it's the challenge to see the different things that someone bring to the world. This is a big challenge. And something happened in the, it's a big mistake that happened in, it's not mistake, no. Something happened in the industrial age. And I think maybe they make a right idea, because they build a lot of factories and they need people that work as robots. So they say, oh, wow, all these people is different. What we will do? Let's do that the people is the same, that they can work as a robot in our factories. So they build this new factory, they call it a school, It's a room with 50 meters, and they put their children in the same age. Why? No one knows why. And in the same time, with the same teacher, with the same curriculum, with the same way of teaching. And they say, wow, maybe this school will make all of us the same. So they say, everyone go to the school. And if you remember the picture from the in the beginning of the 20th century, they sent soldiers to take the children to the school, because in this time, a student doesn't want to go to school. So they force them to go to school, and they begin to push them that until today that we know that, oh, it's the nature to go to school. But if you look on this square, and this, I don't know how to say it, you look, make zoom in, you see that it's not a square. It's a triangle. And I say it so much time and I don't learn. What it's, you think about this, I talk about this, I think more than 100 times, and I don't know how to call these things in English. Triangle.
A pyramid?
Yeah, how you can call it?
Oh, a pyramid, no?
Ah, pyramid. But, oh yeah, pyramid, it's easy. Thank you, Rami. So it's a pyramid.
And what you call a square is a cube.
Yeah, cube. And this is a pyramid. And the pyramid is the big line of all the educational process. What's the pyramid say? That very few people is in the top, a lot in the middle, and a lot in they are losers. And why it's a big line? It's easy to understand why it's big line. Because one of the biggest men in the world in the last century, that people agree that he is one of the biggest genius of our generations. He never was good student. You know him, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein never was good student, not in elementary school, not in the high school, and not in the university. In high school, they drop him out from to learn science, and the teacher tell him, science is not for you. Science not for you, Albert Einstein. And in the university, he was in the middle. His girlfriend was the most excellent student in the classroom. So, okay, Albert Einstein was in the top of the pyramid of schooling. So what is the connection between schooling and education and about to be human being? So in this case, Albert Einstein told us something that from my point of view of democratic education, is the most important thing. Albert Einstein says something that maybe it's more relevant than his relative law. He say, everybody is a genius. I want that you hear it. Everybody is a genius. What it means? That not 1% of the society is genius, and not 4% is gifted, and not 20% they are excellent. He say everybody is a genius. So everybody brings something unique to the world. It's mean we build another school, not school that say who is in the top of the pyramid. School that the challenge of the school is find the uniqueness of every child. This is totally new kind of school. It's not dealing with who is in the top of the pyramid. And Albert Einstein continued to say this. He said to us, but if you judge a fish by its abilities to climb it on a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid. What he say to us? He say to us, our big challenge to find what is the water of every person. Or from the point of view of Ken Robinson, what is the element of every child? And this is something very, very, very challenging. And I think this is the challenging the people that deal with the humanistic education, freedom education, democratic education, alternative education for a long period. This is our challenge. How to help the child to find himself, the uniqueness. And not to be like everyone. And in this case, I like to bring this picture. I know, I tell you why. I do it a lot of in my workshop in all over the world. This is Van Gogh, it's like Van Gogh style of Albert Einstein, because I say a lot of time to teachers from all over the world. Think that Van Gogh, Albert Einstein, Maria Tossau, Marie Curie is now student in your school. How it's look your school? Yeah, think that this old genius is a children in your school. What you are doing? You tell them what to do, check them if they done it. That's what you're going to do. And in this case, you need to think differently. That every person in the world brings something unique to the world. And our challenge is to help them to bring this unique to the world. So in this case, we take people out of the square and looking for the strong place that they can bring the strong strong. I don't know how to say it. No. I lose my English from time to time, but they found their strong area, the strong area. And when I say the strong area, yeah, Jerry?
Their strength.
Strength, yeah, but these words, it's very difficult to me to say. So I say strong area, it's easy to me. In this case, when you find your strong area, you feel in power. You feel that you really want to learn. Your ability to learn go up. Then maybe you can also do what you're weak. But let's do what you feel good. That's exactly what Ken Robinson say. This is the element. The element is where your talent meet your motivation. When your talent and motivation going together, this is the basic of what you are going to do. And that's also the basic what we are going to do in democratic education. So, but to do such education, it's very, very expensive. And because you need more teachers, you need more connection with the student, it's heavy. It's need a lot of money, and it's not good, because we want the democratic education here will be to open to everyone. This is our big challenge. Our big challenge, the democratic education will be open to everyone. In this case, we need to change this petrol gas to alternative energy. What it means, alternative energy? Alternative energy, this is the school with traditional energy. It's come from the power station, and you open your school. You get money from the parents, you get money from the government, from the municipality, and run the school. From my point of view, this is traditional school. What is the new school? The new school is a school that know how to use alternative energy of knowledge. What is alternative alternative energy of knowledge? For example, student doesn't come empty to school. They come with a lot of knowledge. If they are sitting on the chair 8 hours and listen to the student, it's waste of energy. Give them the option to teach. Give them the option to do things inside the school. Also teachers. Teachers know much more than what they teach. Give them the option to do what they like to do, what they are good to do. Because when the student will find something that the teacher is passionate, it's change everything. Parents can do to the school more than sending a cake. Let's make the parents will be connected to the school and make, if someone interested in something, it's a lot of knowledge exists in the area of the parents. Internet. Whoa! We are in the time of internet. We have a lot of free knowledge, empty to everyone, free to everyone. So give the people the option to use the internet. Also, other people around the school, other organizations around the school. So we have a lot of alternative energy. And that's, from my point of view, what happened in this moment in the world. What we can see in the now in a lot of traditional school and a lot of democratic school, people, because the school is closed, we must use the alternative energy. We can use, for example, make a work timetable, and student suggest what they want to do, and they're professional. Parents bring their ideas. A lot of activities now, it's in the free outside the buildings. So a lot of activities we see in a lot of places in the world, that people do activities in the nature, in the open places. Someone from Israel with open television. And so what I want to do now, we go to another Padlet. I will show you this Padlet, and this Padlet is, you write about alternative knowledge around my school, around yourself. What alternative knowledge you can use or use today or can use in the school around you. I will send you I will send you the link. Where is the link? Where is the link? Okay. It's problem. I have problem with the link. Okay, chat, everyone, passed. Okay, now you can write the link of what alternative knowledge you use now in your school, or you know that a school use around you. I send you to the chat.
You didn't understand, Yaakov. What do we write?
Write about, if you understand what is alternative
Knowledge.
Write what you do in your school today, or what you know that people do around their school today. Yeah, for example.
Can you give us an example?
Yeah, you can see now as example in front of you.
Yaakov, I don't understand how knowledge can be alternative. Are you trying to say something outside of the curriculum?
I will tell you. It's alternative because it's knowledge that until today it's not used at school. That until today it was at school and not used. And how we can use it, knowledge that unused until today, we begin to use it. Burchak, it's clear or not?
It is clear. It is clear. I understand what you mean.
I'm sure that you know, Burchak, for example, maybe your daughter was in school and they don't use your knowledge as a mother, for example.
Since I'm their consultant, yes, they do.
Okay. But it's a great idea. Okay, now think to share with us, if someone want to share with us, what unique things you do in the last months in your school, okay? Around the coronavirus, what new ideas that happen in your school? Immediately I will open the option to people to share. Okay. Burchak, you can begin.
Okay. It's the first time that our kids in our school had a chance to choose whether to come to school or not. It's the first time.
And what they choose?
Most of them choose to go to school. Some of them don't. Like 80-90% choose to go and 20% choose to stay at home.
And the people that stay at home, what they done?
Attend school through Zoom, attend the classes, but they do have more, how would I say, autonomy to manage their time. For example, if they're not, my daughter is one of them, she doesn't like to learn German, she has German class, she pretends she has bad connection and she gets out of class.
Okay, so this is, if someone doesn't know, this is in Istanbul, in Turkey, and your child go to alternative school?
No, a traditional school. She goes to a traditional school, and normally she doesn't have the option to choose whether to go into any class. She has to go to every class, whether she likes it or not. She doesn't have a choice.
Okay, thank you, Burchak. So who want to say in democratic school, for example, that something that was fascinating? I will tell you, for example, what my son do in Jerusalem. He worked with school in Jerusalem, my big son, Yaniv, and what he done, he make a challenge of ninja warrior, I would call it ninja warrior, ninja?
Survivor?
No, ninja. In the
Ninja
jump.
warrior. It's
physical. And they make a competition that every child do it in his home, make a movie and send it to the center, and they begin to share with one another what ninja training you can do at home when you are close in your home. So that's one thing. Who want to share another things?
I want to share from Montenegro what we have begun to do. You know, we, thanks to this online education, now we try to create a network with different businesses. For example, once a week, we connect with different leaders of businesses. They, like adults, have different projects, what they want to do in future. But as adults, they want to see the impact, to see the questions of teenagers. So we collaborate. So them as adults from any place of the world, they come and they speak with teenagers. They offer them some topic to discuss. For example, this week we are going to discuss tourism and touristic area, and kids give their bright ideas or they ask questions. And then we also find local people from our area to see this not online but also offline. And now every kid feels so enthusiastic about it. So because we collaborate not with kids, not with teachers, but with people that make money, that do some stuff you can even buy, try, and so on. And you can be part of this team. And this is something new that we started thanks to Corona time.
Thank you, Nadia. I miss you.
Me too.
Yeah, who want, Verena, you don't say nothing until now. You must to say something.
Can I speak?
Verena, you mute. You need to open the mute. 1 minute. Verena?
Mute. I'm here. Hallelujah.
Hello, Verena. Verena, she's from New Zealand. Now you're in New Zealand?
But no, I'm in Germany. No, I'm looking after my mother in Germany, which is also interesting. I think, what was the question? What have I been doing or something with the Corona thing?
The coronavirus. What happened with the songs in the coronavirus?
Well, that's a bit tricky because the technology isn't very well evolved with the songs. So one of the things I have been part of is learning online, but you can't sing at the same time. So we have to find a solution. I don't know what the solution is yet.
Maybe if you find the solution of singing online, that will be something better than Zoom. So it will.
Yeah, it will be. It will be.
Okay.
But we could for sure make songs together still, even if we can't sing together. So
there is a program in Canada that everybody sings and then it puts it all together and
yeah, it can do.
With it,
yeah, I'd like to learn that, but it's not the same as singing at the same time. You know, like we could all sing a song together. That would sound really awful.
Okay. Thank you, Verena. Big hug. Who can share with us what is done in the coronavirus?
Can I say one thing?
More than one thing.
One of the things, because I'm involved in lots of projects, kind of organizing of projects and trying to do it in a truly democratic way where everybody gets things. So I think that it's very interesting what you can do on Zoom with that. You know, you can really create a structure where everybody gets a say, where you take turns, where you listen deeply, where you go into breakout small intimate rooms and all this kind of thing. It's very, very interesting, this online platform for that. So, yeah. And I've been doing quite a bit of this.
I plan to break room with all of you now, but I see that we don't have in this platform now. But I think it's some platform have it and some platform doesn't have it.
You should have it.
Yeah, I try. Okay, who want to share with us more? Jerry, you want to share? Okay, Ofira, not Ofira, yeah.
Omi.
No, Omi. Omi, we are with you.
I'm Omi. Really quick, I just wanted to say that now with COVID, we are learning from home, and what turned out is basically we didn't really have free time as students to just talk with one another. In the school, I guess you could say, like normally we would have recess or like breaks or whatever. So me and a couple of other people brought up the idea that's now happening, that basically we have short Zooms once a day where basically you just go in and everyone talks, and it's sort of just like a break, like chit chat and stuff.
Thank you, Omi from the north of Israel. Yeah, Mariana. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to show you something. It's what happens in Poland now.
Wow, it's
Corona time, and a lot of people is on the streets. And it happens from a few days because about our freedom. And I want to tell you that our children, my daughter, they are on the street now during the coronavirus. And I think it's one of the most important thing they have in their heart and in their mind from the democratic education. And I wish that they change the situation in the Poland. And yes, I'm happy that I'm here with you, but I wish to be with them on the street. And this is what I wanted to tell you. Thanks.
Yeah, Ophira. Mariana, a big hug, and immediately I will say something.
Thank you for sharing from your heart.
Maria, I think it's happened now in some countries, also in Israel, and I think it's a lot of pressure in the time that our old traditional governments will use the time to push dictatorship, and this is something that I think it's very important to the field of democratic education. I can tell you something very interesting that I done in Israel. I built a group that we are talking about the future of democracy, and we are talking about new kind of democracy today, how to do it working today in different way, because we feel that it's very important not to say only what we don't want. We need to say clearly what we want that will happen, and that's something that I try to do it now a lot in Israel, and I will glad to share with you my idea in this. Chaim, you want to say something?
Yaakov.
Rami want to say. Okay.
Yeah,
Rami.
actually, before Mariana just said what she said, I wanted to say that I'm a student right now and a teacher, and the book maybe writer, one of them of the study of democracy nowadays, while we are protesting in the streets against corruption, and in this COVID-19 time, we go to the streets with masks, try to make the distance to stay, healthy and well. But we feel that it's really hard time for democracy, and we need to do something. And that's our studying maybe of democracy nowadays.
I just want to add that
Elena from Brazil is here. Elena, what happened in Brazil? It's very interesting.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be with you. Just to share that here in Brazil, the governments allowed the schools to to open again, but it's something crazy happened that students, teachers, and parents do not want to come back. So we began a movement to totally change the education system, because we understand that we cannot have the same system again. And we have the most important organizations from the health system and the education system working together to make it happen. And here we have a terrible government, federal government, so it's almost like a dictatorship. But this is a movement that is growing up, and it's very exciting.
I think the result of Corona probably will be.
That will bring us to IDEC, the warm stories from Brazil, that I feel that something grew up there in the movement of the, I forgot the name, in São Paulo, that they catch the school. And now you say that it's another movement, and it's very, very interesting. It's,
Occupied school, occupied school.
Big hug. I so much miss all of you. I'm talking, but I'm also a little bit crying with you because I miss you. I miss you so much. Okay, who want else? We can continue. I will continue in what I planned, and we will come back also to the discussion room. So I want to say to you what I feel in the, we build a new kind, the democratic education now, it's much easier to build places in the world. They are not alone. They use the new technology to connect one another and find solution how to bring new ideas to the field of living democracy in our country. So we are moving from the pyramid, as we say all the time, to the network, and then come the coronavirus. And when the coronavirus come, to me, this is a show what happened. What it's happened is, this is the old traditional what we do every time. And this is the network that we want to achieve. And most of the time we are in the middle here. And especially the traditional school. We are here and they pushing the idea to be the same like we were yesterday, and also the new idea of working as a network push. And so it's like a pushing from the both side. What happened in the coronavirus situation, it's like cut. In 1 minute, you don't go to school, move, and you push it to your dream. So it's cut the connection to the old ideas, and no one know what will happen, exactly like Elena say now. And in this point, we can do our dream, especially because the old traditional system stopped to work. It's not working. And the idea of top-down doesn't work. So if you have an idea, this is your time to do it, because you have a lot of space to do your ideas. But the problem is if you don't have ideas. If you don't have ideas, so what you are doing? You are going to the old traditional government and begin to say, and today is the time to make a big, for example, a lot of things that we fight in Israel for a long time. Now it's open. For example, schools that can be not by the coronavirus, be at home in the basic, and maybe 1 time a week go to school. School that decide about their curriculum. School that the teacher have much more power to decide how they teach. Everything like this become growing very fast now, because the old traditional school government and the the Department of Education have much less power. It's a lot of place to do what we believe. And then I do it's bigger now. So the big wave of 0 and 1 go on us, and we begin to move to the Zoom. And today more and more schools begin to be in school. So some of the days they are at home, some of the at school, but some of the days they are in the field, some of the day in the park, so all the ideas that we talk about education cities, it's become. I see it's all over the world. More and more places begin to adapt the idea of education cities. In this case, I want to tell you now, go back to the map. And I will send, and in the map, I want that now visit other people and write in their place if you have question, what you want to ask them. So let's go to the map and let's begin to visit one another in this room and write to them. So you can write to them what you want to hear. Or
Yaakov, before you do that, I just have one question on this subject before you leave it.
Yeah.
So you know that we have a School Starters online course, and we've helped start more than 100 new alternatives. But a lot of the people in the course who come there would like to do this through public education because they don't want it to create an elitist program. But when I talk to people about where you can do this, the only thing that really comes up is Israel, where you really can have a democratic public school. What, in terms of the opportunity now, what do you think is really there, and what could we tell people?
I feel that this is the time that we can make a change. I see it's very strong in South Korea. I don't know if there is now with us someone from South Korea, because South Korea, I begin to work with some cities that want to adopt the idea of democratic education. I think also something very unique happened in Japan with Kageki. It began to connect to the traditional, it's a big organization that it begin to work with him. And I think in these 10 years, it will be a huge jump that we can change the connection with the government in democratic education. That's what my belief. And I think if we put it as a goal, this is, for example, when I say that it needs to be clear what is our goal. So if our goal is to bring democratic education to the field of traditional state school, it will happen. I think that also in New Zealand now, Verena told us that it becomes very good option to build a democratic school, and also the traditional school become very, very open. I will send now again the connection to the map, and now please I will show you something. I will show you something. What we can do is also in the Padlet, you can click on the 3 points here, and then in this section, and you can make connection between schools. So if you click on the 3 point, and then on this, so it's written in Hebrew, so I don't know how it's really written, but in this chapter, you can connect to other school in the map. So you make a link between your school and the other school. So let's try to do it. 1 minute.
Is somebody really in the Antarctic?
When you click, it says Deutschland though.
I see that, but maybe it's an outpost from Germany.
It's mistake, I think. Okay, so you can click inside and write to people, question, connection, write your name, and try to make connection. And please write, oh, you make connection, that's great. That's great. I like it. Wow, 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 wow. We will finish soon, but I think this map can continue, and it's a map without control, so you can connect one another, take the link and use it if you want. I will will close this map, so you can continue to make connection. So, wow. I call to the European people, make connection with the people from the United States also. It's important. It's, you know that the last IDEC, less and less people come from the United States. So this is I think today it's the big opportunity to make connection with the people from the United States that they will come to the next IDEC. And maybe one of the IDEC will go back to the United States. Wow, what does it mean? This. Okay, so let's stop the share. And now,
Sudesh, can you turn off your mic? It's disturbing a bit. Sudesh MV. Yes, thank you.
Okay. No. Mistake. Okay, now we go before the end. And what I want to say it's the last Padlet is what can we do together in democratic education? What we can do together, and I mean by day by day, not conferences of IDEC and things like this. What we can do, schools for day by day, democratic schools all over the world. So I will send you this, oh sorry, I send you the last Padlet of today, and everyone can write his ideas. What ideas, what we can do our day by day, and after you will write, we will make our last session of talking and share what we feel today after this session. So this is the last Padlet, and now you can write on this Padlet what we can do together, and if you have suggestion, do it. It's open to everyone. What you suggest that we can do together. When you please write your name, so it will be, we will know how to connect you. You can go to different people and write to them. I want to say to you, to share with you that with Thea in Korea, what I tell you, we make unbelievable Skype meeting. We make a Skype meeting of 3,000 teachers from this city. So we have every month 3,000 teachers from this city meet together and talk with one another and do things like what we are doing now. How we do the 3,000? It's some hundreds in the Zoom, and the other one is in the on the YouTube, or here we do it with Skype. I don't know how many people in the Skype, but you can do it very big and make connection between a lot of people. And when I thought to talk with you about the opportunity of in the Corona time, I'm talking about, I thought that I not need to talk about it. We need to do it. And I think we have today opportunity to make much easier connection. And I say to everyone, we have now a huge opportunity to make much easier connection. So everyone think, to make meeting with me now, it's very easy. To make meeting with Elena is very easy. To make connection with Amukta is very easy. With Borchak is very easy. We don't need to fly. We don't need to make a difficult technology of flying. Mariana, I will glad to support you. I will glad so much. And I read what happened in Poland, and I think it's really difficult. It's easier to say it's in a lot of places, because I think in Poland it's really difficult. In other countries it's also difficult. Brazil, Israel, but I think we can support one another. We can give the stage to young people to connect, to bring ideas, how to make this protest in the streets. So this is the time that our network, that we talk about this for a decade, it's become much, much, much easier, much easier. So if someone want to say something to the end of this session, what he feel, what maybe let's do it in the chat. Everyone will write what he feel now, and then we will talk. So let's write in the chat what we are feeling, and then we talk about this. Especially the people that know to write. Think about this. You know to write. It's great. I don't know. Think how lucky you are. Okay, now the mic is open. Everyone that talked before, it was so important. So if you say something to the end, it's very important. Who want to say?
I would like to say two examples of things we did in two countries, one in Israel and one in India, in Tamil Nadu. And in Israel, what we did, we connected to people in Zimbabwe, and we make them talk with children in Mitzpe Ramon in the school, and they act themselves without teachers, and they did very nice activities, and it's going on. They started about 2 months ago, and it's growing slowly, but I think it was very good, and it would not have happened in another time, because there's no way really to make it. You cannot bring one to the other, and nobody would have the tools to do it. And the second thing, what we do in India, which could be, you mentioned it earlier in an idea, we bring every week somebody from around the world to talk, like Burcha came, Yaakov came, Derek came, Ofira came, and later we went on with lecturers and psychiatrists and all kinds of people from all over the world. So one is talking to the teachers, or we call it academic team or whatever. We don't have like a, and the second is to the students. We have around 600 students every week coming. It's their choice to come. So we try to promote the activity. So for example, this week, tomorrow we have somebody from Myanmar. She's from 360 ED. She's going to teach us how to work with AR, small movie in the beginning of a classroom, which later what we do, we give them 10 minutes, they're at home, they watch it, then they learn whatever they want, then they meet in groups, and then 10 minutes the teacher is talking. That's the lesson.
Okay, thank you, Chaim. It's fascinating. Beda, maybe you don't talk all this session, and
yeah, I have done the talking, and I'm just waiting. You know, I have few announcements to make, and I have few things to say at the end. I have a lot of things to say at the end, actually.
This is before now. Say what related to the talk. What happened in your country in the or in the conference related to the coronavirus and this time, crisis time?
Sure. Actually, I mean, all of you are supposed to be here in Kathmandu by now.
Yeah,
but because of the corona, actually, we have to meet like this. We had done a lot of preparation and so on. And I mean, some of you have had already planned the whole trip and so on. But we didn't give up, you know, like after talking to Yaakov, Jerry, and Cecilia, and some others, Kageki, and so on, we actually decided that let's go ahead with the web IDEC, you know. We cannot miss IDEC single year. You know, we have all the technology here, so there is no chance that we'll miss IDEC no matter what happens. Because with that spirit, it encourages us to actually change the way we are teaching our children or parenting and so on. So I think all of us are really encouraged to do something like listening to Yaakov right now. I mean, I mean, it's so empowering, you know, like you want to do something, because after a while, what happens is we lose that energy. And again, we need to listen to someone who gives us the idea and encouragement and so on. So, I mean, tremendous and really nice. We have some announcements to make actually.
To the announcers to the end, I want to give option to short. If someone want to say something, I don't know how to do it, but let's try to do it. It's a complicated. That everyone need to say one words. Everyone, not one words, two words. Everyone need to say. Let's try to say it without do it together with another one. But if we do it with another one, it's also okay. Okay. So everyone, I will begin and you continue. I love you so much. Jump.
Come and
I
join
love you
us.
too. We love you too.
Love and unity. Love and
Thanks
unity.
for everyone.
Love you all.
Thank you. I miss you.
Thank you.
Let's meet soon.
Thank you
Let's
very
meet
much.
soon again.
We are together, everyone, all over the world.
IDEC
And the
family.
most
Big hi
important
from
that we are
Kerala.
together.
1 and 9.
We all. The next time in Nepal.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed meeting
Thank you for not
everyone.
giving up on this IDEC. Thank you so much, because we couldn't have traveled, and we appreciate that you didn't give up. Thank you.
We would like more lessons from you again and again.
So I think whether we need to decide that, okay, it was a web IDEC, but as we do the real IDEC in your school, we can.
Yeah, IDEC 2022, actually Taiwanese team, they were very kind, very kind that they offered us the 2022, you know, after Summerhill. So 2022 is going to be here at the foothills of Chandragiri mountain. You can climb the mountain, you can go to the forest, do everything possible here, you know. We are planning a lot.
Before the summarize of you, Veda, I need to hear short things from Henry, Michael, and Ian. Short, you must. I see you now here, and you don't talk. Yeah, Henry, short thing.
Well, love and unity. Love and unity is so lovely to be a part of this amazing event, basically. And Yaakov, always lovely to be listening to you. And well, I'm just going to say Summerhill Festival of Childhood 2021.
Yes,
Summerhill Festival of Childhood.
No matter and all the family.
But that's what I'll say. If you want to know more information, I've got a talk on Saturday. So
okay, Saturday.
Love to you all.
Yaakov, I have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
Will you have time to actually come once again amongst us? Because we have two more, couple of days. If it
okay,
is,
we will talk.
it would be nice.
We will talk.
Okay.
Mike.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to see you again and to hear you again and everyone.
Okay, thank you. Ian.
Yeah, just great to be here. I was so sorry that this whole COVID thing had stopped coming to Nepal. I so want to come, and definitely coming in 2 years' time. And of course, next year, hope we'll see a lot of people in the UK at Summerhill. But it's just great to connect in this kind of way. We can do it. Young people have shown they can use this mode of communicating. It's got to be the future. We got to live with it.
Thank you, Mike. What you say?
Yeah, hi Yaakov. I'm very happy to see you every year, every same situation and every time wonderful. And in Berlin, it's good mood and we are fine, I think. Even the numbers are higher than before. But we will see in Summerhill.
Meet in Summerhill. And so Veda, this is the end. And you have the time to say details, and I will think about how we close everything. I need to.
Should I go ahead with some announcements, Yaakov, or?
Yeah, announcement now.
Okay, thank you, friends. Thank you for joining us. We have a couple of announcements how we can make this IDEC, web IDEC really interactive and so on. We have a Babab space. Please join there because the link is there on the website. So you can simply hop in there, talk, chat, make groups and so on. So Babab Cafe is always open 24/7 till the conference gets over. We have a lot of workshops on our, like 51 workshops have been organized by various people across the globe. So please do join these workshops, encourage, because I think if we participate, people will be encouraged to even create more workshops and so on. And we have a lot of interesting talks coming up. Yaakov, I think he will be joining. Most probably we have to get him again, once again. I believe that. We have Peter Gray coming up. We have Henry coming up. A lot of interesting talks are coming up. Amukta is coming. Ian is coming. So lot of talks and workshops. Let's get together. Let's have this 2 weeks really a great get together kind of moment, And also to participants, I would like you to consider donating Web IDEC. We have to maintain a lot of costs and so on. So if you feel like if you can, you are always welcome. Thank you very much.
So let's in the end, let's make a big hug, everyone, like this, a big hug, everyone. Open the camera, big hug.
Yes.
Big hug. And let's say together, I love you. I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
Love you.
Love you. Love you. Love you.
Bye. Love you.
Bye. I love you.
Thank you, Veda.
Love is energy.
Thank you, Yaakov. So
Love is energy.
Thank you.
זה לא מכבר, זה השתנה שם.
This group of people give me lots of hope in this uneasy time. Thank you.
There is no.
It's going to be better, sweetie.
There is no more hope. It's all doing. We are all together.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all. We'll see again. We'll see again. We are always there, and 2 weeks we'll always be together. Let's make that sure.
Veda, I have a question. All these recordings, for example, there are some talks that I have missed. Where will we see them?
You can visit those. You can see those talks on our Facebook page. It will be available till the conference is there, and then after the conference, we'll take them out.
But it's sorry. We asked Abel, and he promised it will be on YouTube as well, because some
YouTube
people are
also,
not on Facebook.
Yes, YouTube also. It will be available till the event is over. Yes, we are uploading them. By tomorrow, all the talks will be on YouTube.
And you'll give us the link, yeah?
Great.
Yes, sure.
One more announcement.
Thank you so much.
Yesterday I watched the social dilemma, and I really understand why you're not on Facebook, Chaim.
One more announcement, Veda?
Yes, sure.
One is APDEC, Asia Pacific Democratic Education Conference, APDEC. We had a meeting today, and we want to have one more sometime towards the end of the conference. So all of you are welcome to that. And IDEC also is going to be on the 6th of November, Friday, 6th of November. So welcome all of you. And it's a conference within the conference.
Yaakov, thank you so much.
I have a suggestion. I have a suggestion, Veda. We did this at the Aero conference, the main meeting room like this one was the same one that people could drop into to chat. So that accomplished two things. One, it was easy to get to. Another is you didn't have it competing with the keynotes. And I was just wondered if you want to think about doing it that way, because I've actually dropped into the other room a few times. I've never found anyone there.
So Baobab space is actually not a space where workshops happen. For workshops, people have created their own Zoom room. All the workshops are listed on eduforfuture.org. The website, the link is actually there in the main page, the web IDEC page. And I have been sending regular newsletters and so on. So you can just click the link and you will find all the information.
I've been there. I've never seen anyone there.
Bye-bye.
But the thing is, my point is, if you had it right here at this link, that the same link we go to for all the keynotes, then people could just drop in between and it would be easy. And then they wouldn't be competing with the keynotes when they happen.
Okay, we'll take care of that. We'll look after that.
We did anyway. We did that for the ERA conference.
Yes. We'll try that.
Okay.
Thank you all. See you tomorrow again in a couple of hours. Those of you who will not be sleeping, or those of you who don't have to go for work and so on. See you.
Bye. Namaste.
Bye-bye.
Namaskaram. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.